Hey mini enthusiasts, how you doing? Welcome back. I hope you're well and I hope you're having a great day. So today I've been having a big tidy up. I've pushed the racing green outside and yeah, just having a nice tidy up, getting a bit organised, and it is a London to Brighton run in 2 weeks time. So by the time this video goes out, it's probably only a week's time. That means I'm going to be taking one of the cars. I've decided to take PIIOOW, and I'm just conscious, if you're a new subscriber to this channel, you may never have seen PIIOOW. Obviously it's on the previous videos. It is behind this cover here. Now it's always like getting a new car. When they've been undercover for like 6-7 months, you just kind of forget what they look like. There could also be loads of damage on the car because I've literally not taken the covers off since, I don't know, October. So let's take the covers off. Hopefully it's not all covered in dust. It's got 2 car covers on it, an indoor cover and an outdoor cover. And yeah, let's uncover it, get it fired up, if it still fires up, and get it ready for the London to Brighton run. Wow, I forgot just how gorgeous it is. And it's not covered in dust, which is brilliant. So those 2 covers really helped. I've covered them up in the garage before while I've been doing a restoration, and they're covered in dust. So I've just noticed the hubcap's missing actually. I'd better get that refitted. I put it on the racing green wheel just to have a look what it would look like. Yeah, I think I probably disconnected some bits under the bonnet as a bit of anti-theft protection, so we'll do that. And what we'll also do is we will crank it over with the coil disconnected just to get oil pressure before it starts up. Right, I wonder if the battery's flat. Right, so the battery's been disconnected all this time. I've just connected it back up. That is obviously because there will be some slight parasitic drains from the alarm that will drain it over months and months. So battery's back on now. You'll notice key fob doesn't work, disable. You have to press it 5 times. So if you're not used your Mini for a while, unlock and lock 5 times. That'll get it to go off. If you are still having problems as well, take the fob apart, take the battery out, the CR2032 lithium battery, take that out, press and hold both buttons at the same time, put the battery back in, and then lock 5 times, unlock 5 times, and that usually sorts them out. So what we're going to do now is we are just going to crank over for about 5-10 seconds. We've got our oil pop light on at the moment. That should go off when we crank over. Not yet, give it a little bit longer. Battery's still good. We are probably going to flatten the battery before the oil light goes out. There it goes, it just went out, so that means we've got oil pressure up there now. Hopefully it's just enough to get it started now, so let's go and connect the coil back up and we'll hopefully it'll fire first time. Right, so let's see if it'll start. I actually think this will be the first start in 5, it's probably 8 months. So there we go, looking just as gorgeous as I remember it. Started on the button as well, didn't it? I mean, I had cranked it over with no coil on there to get the oil pressure up, so bores would have been flooded with fuel a bit. Just needed a bit of spark to get going. But yeah, what a gorgeous car this is. I do love PIIOOW. I need to fit a starter motor to it. I've got a starter motor which I need to fit. Let's just have a look, see if it left me any presents over the winter period. Yeah, bit of oil there. Not a great deal, to be honest, but it's a Mini. It does leak oil. Not much, but yeah. I had to put that dust cap back on, or the hubcap. Looks much better, doesn't it? So there'll be much more coming up on the channel with PIIOOW this year, because that's going to be the car which I'm going to use for all the shows this year. I think it didn't get much of a run out last year, but this year I'm going to put some miles on it, and I'll probably lay Sprout up for the summer rather than running two cars, because I've got the restoration going on as well on the racing green. Just had a bit of a tidy up in here. Obviously now I can get PIIOOW in and out, so I'll move it out when I'm working on the racing green. I've just got a lot more room now because I am running out of space with the racing green. I've just got bits everywhere up in the loft, in the shed, and I am at the stage now where, well, I've still got to do the back end, but it won't be long before we're starting to put bits back on the car. Yeah, and then there'll be the horrible job of doing all the paintwork, which I'm really not looking forward to. Right, one little quick job I need to do on the Mini before the London to Brighton is fit a new starter motor. So I'm not actually sure that the old one is faulty, although I'm pretty sure it is. So what happens every now and again is when the engine's hot, when you've taken it for a run and you leave it 5 minutes, if you go to restart it, it'll act like the battery's flat. So it'll turn over really, really slowly, or almost not at all. It's like the battery's completely flat, but you put a booster pack on it, battery's fully charged, it's absolutely fine. I've checked all the earths and everything like that, it's okay. You let it cool down and it spins over like no tomorrow. So I think it's the starter motor failing and just where it gets hot. So I've got a new starter motor now. Quite a straightforward job. We just need to disconnect the battery, take the grill off, and then there's the two 9/16 bolts and the electrical connectors. However, can't say I recall doing one on an MPI Mini, because you've obviously got that which goes into the wok, or the, like, what would be the bell housing onto the ring gear, and then you've got the starter motor the radiator about here. There's not much room at all. So we'll find out. I'll get the battery disconnected, then we'll go around the front, pop the grill off and see what it's like.
Hey Mini enthusiasts, how you doing? Welcome back. I hope you're all well, and I hope you're having a great day. Very simple, quick job here, just replacing the starter motor. Only a few connections, obviously. Once the grill's off, there's the electrical connections on the starter motor, and there's really only two main connections. There's the energizing wire, which is usually a spade terminal, a large spade, and then there's the main battery positive. The only thing to keep an eye out for is there's usually multiple cables which go on the battery positive. So count the number of cables you're taking off and make sure you put the same number back on, because if you miss one, you'll find a load of electrics don't work. In this case, on the MPI Mini, it has 4 cables which go onto the battery positive, and then the energizing wire. As you can see, I removed the spotlight just to give a bit more room. And now the new starter motor's in, just tightening up the two 9/16 bolts, and we'll be about done. little bit of battery terminal grease, which is dielectric grease. It's non-conductive, so it's just like gives a bit of protectant to the terminals, stops them corroding. Now I'm pleased to report, obviously I'm editing this a couple of weeks after, and I haven't had any starting issues, so that seems to have cured the problem.
Right, so there we go, all done. It actually sounds completely different when I start it up. I'll show you in a moment. But yeah, all good. It all wants a bit of a spruce up under here at the moment. It's just been sat in the garage for the last 8 months or so. Little bit of surface rust in places. That was actually, I think, from last year when I was parking outside under the cover. Yeah, definitely sounds a bit different starting it up. Right, interesting. So I've got the old starter motor. I will keep this for the time being, just for a spare. But what I did notice, it's got a date on it, 50/96. So that, I'm assuming that's going to be week 50, 1996. The car was registered in February 97. So pretty sure that's going to be the original starter motor on the car. That has done 105,000 miles and God knows how many engine starts. So hopefully I'm along the right lines here, replacing the starter motor. I'm pretty sure that it's, yeah, just old and a bit worn out. And then obviously anything electrical, they tend to pack up when they get hot because you know, copper wires expand, metal expands, and yeah, generally if you're going to have problems, it's generally problems when the electrics get hot. And as I say, I checked all the earths and everything like that. The battery was good. So there we go. Great to see PIIIOOW back on the road. I am going to take it for a bit of a blast around the countryside now. Quickly go and take it off Zorn and put 6 months tax on it and go and have a bit of fun.